do the thing. Turn. Oh God, what? And then the other side, because I haven't decided if I'm going to like put those two together or not. And the Firefox, who is overlooking the mass hysteria that ensues here in the Nixie studio. Oh, my, get it back to where it was. Come on, man, you can do it. And then it like goes plummeting down. Okay. I'm a professional, you guys. You should know this by now. Consummate professional. Oh yeah. That's good. Okay, I'm not going to show you a tour again because that was kind of nightmarish. How's everybody doing? So yeah, maybe you're in between jobs, or maybe you're working for a company, or you're starting your own business, or maybe you're like me and you've had a business for quite some time. And I've always had problems with motivation. And sometimes, like, you know, they have writer's block. Well, that unfortunately doesn't just apply to writers. You know, it's a huge, huge issue. And I've had motivation issues for as long as I can remember. And the thing that is always constant that everybody likes to think can go away at some point is problems and challenges. And this is something that will always be there. And I think we're so crisis averse, like risk averse now in the culture that we're in, that we really just try to pretend that it doesn't exist. So like these health challenges that I will get into later, I've had come up, and I've had to, like, you know, jump over many hurdles. And I know you guys probably have also in your life. But have you ever gotten like on your school report card in school, and like primary school, as they say, like, you're intelligent but does not apply themselves, or like I just always have had something like that sort of critique, I guess you could say. It was like, you just have a lot of passion and drive, but you just don't use it. And it's just like, oh, what a crazy cop out. And it's like, it's always bothered me, but I've carried that report card through my whole life, you know? And I have big goals and dreams and aspirations, and it's just like overwhelming. So I'm going to tell you the story of how Nixie came to be, which I don't think I've ever told. So 6 years ago, I was a captive employee. As I like to say, captive is a very like accurate term when you think about it. I worked for years and years of my life in an office. So I had the managers and the meetings, and I don't know if this resonates with you guys, but like I found myself spending like most of my days, instead of doing stuff that I wanted to do and get shit done, right? I just had people going, like managers going, hey, what are you doing? Like, also known as, I need to validate my existence, you know, hey, what's going on? Hey. And I just be like, well, okay. So one of my friends said that she waits for her boss to leave before she starts work. So like that's kind of a fundamental issue with like work culture in and of itself. But like, so that was a problem, and I wasn't in that. So I wanted something different for myself. You know, I was like, I should go in business for myself. And I did one of the hardest things, and I took the risk, and I basically quit my job and moved to California, and I was in Iowa at the time. And I was like, hey, that's how things are going to go. And then I had even more of a, like, you know, I kept taking that report card with me about application and motivation. You know, I didn't have a physical office. And so like one of the, you know, good things about being part of a company is that you have, or unless you're like really awesome and you're the boss, you have schedule laid out for you. There's expectations for you. And so not having that and being able to be like, Nixie, go play on your own, go make your own life's work. You know, it was just like, what do I do now? You know? So not having to put on pants every day can be a moral struggle. Yeah. I even, like, you know how there's some people that have just like always been a contractor? Like my uncle, for instance, he was a contractor for 25 years. And I'm like, man, I'm just like really struggling with, motivation. How do you do it? And he was saying, you just, and he's from the East Coast. He's like, you just get up every day and you get ready. And that's how you do it. I'm like, all of this, I just felt like from Abe's Odyssey, if you guys have ever played that game, I was just like meandering around the earth. Not so much burping and farting, but you still get the picture. And I was just like, and he told me I had to like physically leave the house. And I was just thinking, well, that's kind of crappy because I want to actually, we're all geeks here. We like our little lair and we like doing our work at home if we possibly can. How many people have work at home jobs? Do they work remotely? Do you have like, what's going on with y'all? Let me get back to the IRC a little bit. Yeah. And Calaminer said that micromanagement sucks, and yes, it totally does. Be really interesting to see what you guys, yeah. So basically, thank you. Somebody, if you guys have recipes for success, just at reply me, I guess, on IRC. Just send me a message on IRC and tell me, we have someone who's been a contractor for 10 years in the room. Like, what is your recipes for success? Is motivation hard for you? That sort of thing. So we have a variety of people in the office, and some people say, yes, you have to leave the house. So unfortunately, sometimes we can't get our surroundings to change for us, right? So we have to change. And that is the main struggle, I think, that everybody has. And again, I'm looking down because I'm trying to check out the IRC, so I'm not like, I'm still paying attention to you guys. So the advice that I've received so far about my weird, you're really intelligent and yet cannot apply herself, or motivation issues, that is usually solved by a variety of different things, right? So I used to look at the 7 highly productive habits, or habits of highly productive people. And the problem with these people is they're already productive. I guess that's weird, right? Because you're saying, okay, Nixie's talking to me about motivation and she hasn't done like a video in a bit. So it's like, how can you help me? So I actually wanted to have this be a trial and error thing, because I know there are other people like that aren't just like, wake up early and get organized. Like, we don't just wake up with this mindset, And so I've wrote a list of things that have really helped me, and things that I think we could both or all work on together. And as far as like how to be more organized for geeks, or for what I like to think of as like scatterbrained scientist types with their head in the clouds. And if you've been able to pay attention to me for this long, I commend you. And yeah, for sure. So that's cool. So we have some Cheng Mania has made the switch of working for some to working for myself, and it's very satisfying. And then A Suffield has said the word for this is akrasia. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it right, but basically there's a lot of nonsense on the internet for people who have opinions. So I guess I'm going to be one of those people, but hopefully this can be like a working project with you guys on how to like stay motivated. Because like, what's the point in life if you're not doing what you want to do, or like strive for what you want to strive for, is pretty much what I'm going for on that. So here's my 7 habits of highly productive, mad scientist, brainy, out there ADD types. What?